Now, some of you might be thinking, that's all fine and good for the prophet Joseph F. Smith in 1918, sitting in his room with the Bible opened in front of him, receiving revelation. The fact is, there's a pattern that he's following here, and we see it in all kinds of other situations throughout time in the Scriptures. For instance, if you go to 1 Nephi chapter 10 and chapter 11, if you go to the very end of 10 and the very beginning of chapter 11, you're going to see that Nephi is doing a very similar thing. He'll say, as I sat pondering, then these words are deep in his heart, and he's desiring to know, and he's turning to God for answers, and the Lord opens up to him chapters 11, 12, and 13. The vision, this panoptic vision of Nephi that is amazing on every level. Well, look at section 76. We call it the vision. Joseph and Sidney are upstairs in the John Johnson home with a group of people, and they're talking about and reflecting on and pondering the words from the Gospel of John that talk about these various resurrections, the resurrection of the just. And they're asking questions as they take time to quietly ponder and reflect on doctrine as found in the Scriptures. Look at Joseph Smith's first vision in Joseph Smith history. He's reflecting on James 1:5 and its principles, and he reflects again and again. He's pondering this. What do I do with this? And now, here you get in section 138, all of those words, pondering, reflecting, my mind was engaged. I reverted to the writings of Peter. I opened the Bible. I read. I was impressed. And then verse 11, as I pondered over these things which are written, the eyes of my understanding were opened. There's a pattern there for us. If you feel like you aren't receiving as much revelation as you would like, I think the invitation here from all of these prophets might be, set aside some more time in your life wherever possible. And I get it. That's not easy for a young mother with children, or for certain people with health concerns or other things going on. I get it. But if we do the best we can to set aside whatever time we can to ponder the words of prophets, either past or present, and ask questions and reflect upon these doctrines, that opens our mind and our heart to receive more inspiration and revelation. But unfortunately, you and I live in an age with so many resources technologically that if we have a question or if we wonder, if we're not careful, we're going to lose the art of quiet reflection and pondering again and again over the process of time, because we've been spoiled by being able to carry the internet in our pocket in many cases. And if we have a question, we just pull it out and find the answer, and we don't spend that quiet reflection time. So for me, that's one of the significant lessons that I learned from Joseph F. Smith's vision. Isn't just the incredible, mind-blowing vision itself, but the process that this man went through, and to be in a state of mind and a state of heart to actually be able to see and comprehend and receive those glorious truths that God had not yet revealed to anyone that we have record of in all of Scripture up to this point. So as we conclude the introduction part of this vision, it's fascinating to me that we've spent this time focusing on the verbs, what you might call the action words that lead to revelation. And if you look at all the verbs on page 287 in our English Doctrine and Covenants, most of those action words imply, be still and know that I'm God. It's this, don't always be in high gear. Occasionally, slow down. Slow down and create space, whatever that looks like for you in your life, and connect with heaven. There's a lot to like about that idea of not relying on other people telling you how to live your life, but turning to God to find those answers and revelation.